Thank you, Program Director. Good morning, Dr. Mogele, Professor Peterson, guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, today's graduates. What an amazing honor to join you at this spectacular event. On a glorious summer's day, and in the city that really is, like the heart is in the human body, central to South Africa. I'm particularly fond of the University of the Free State and of the Free State, where I graduated from as a doctor in 2004. The Dalai Lama says in his book, The Book of Joy, wherever you have friends, that is your country, and wherever you receive love, that is your home. So I can truly say that Bloemfontein is still my home. The Faculty of Health Sciences is a multicultural institution of excellence. What matters here is that we gain the knowledge, the skill, but also the compassion. I think it makes me think of something that the very successful New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani once said. We're not one race, we're many. We're not one ethnic group, we're everyone. We don't speak one language, we are all of these people. We're tied together by our belief, and we are tied together because we respect human life. I'm delighted to see that the Faculty of Health Sciences continue to produce outstanding graduates, so as to continue to send high-quality clinicians and allied healthcare workers into the world who will be able to provide passionate care to our patients and also contribute to the body of knowledge of clinical medicine in the world. What gets me enormously excited is the opportunity to be involved in the health and wellness of humanity's most important and precious commodity, our future generation. And specifically so if this future generation is interested in health and wellness themselves, as one would typically think graduates this morning would be. The consulting firm McKinsey once reported on the role of the medical professional in health system improvement, so outside the one-on-one clinical interaction of patients, that doctors and allied healthcare professions are clinical leaders, and that clinical leadership is putting clinicians at the heart of shaping and running clinical services, so as to deliver excellent outcomes for patients and populations, not as a task or a project or a once-off outcome, but as a part of the professional identity of the clinician. So in my mind, an event like today's graduation ceremony serves to launch an exhilarating dream and to pledge commitment to nourish and support that dream from conception through infancy and into sustainable maturity. And this dream for each and every one of you today is your own individual path to greatness, to realizing whatever it is that you may aspire to accomplish in your lives and with your future. And I believe that dreams do come true. Now, I'm no celebrity or royalty. I'm a very normal person. My Twitter profile introduces me in 150 alphabetical characters as follows. Proudly South African, gender equalist, unconventional doctor interested and passionate about health policy, strategy and practice, alter ego, fashion designer, and views authentic. And today I want to share with you how I believe an ordinary person can become whatever he or she wants to be. No better place to start a dream than with education. Without the support and stewardship of pioneers and leaders, these being lecturers, parents and guardians, this dream is likely to remain just a dream. Again, Rudy Giuliani said in his book, Leadership, those I leaned on and learned from, it's from them that I derived my strength. And it's therefore important to pause today to reflect on all the lecturers, your parents, your guardians, and those who supported each and every one of you on your path to be here today, and also will continue to support you when you spread your wings into your future. Back to big dreams coming true. I had the privilege of being on stage with one of my ultimate heroes, former President Nelson Mandela, when he received an honorary doctorate from the University of the Free State in 2003. I was SRC president at the time, and I had the great and unforgettable honor to address Madiba on behalf of the COFSI students. Madiba said that there's no passion to be found in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. And as celebrating 100 years of Madiba is trending at the moment, the wisdom of this honorary doctorate recipient of the UFS is, as always, apt. Nelson Mandela further said that playing small does not serve the world. Who are you to not be great? South Africans have a brilliant resilience, a unique way of capturing the world's attention, be it with politics, sport, art, beauty, character, intellect, and medicine is no exception. So it's incumbent on us to be outstanding citizens of our profession, of our country, and of this world. And it's in our hands, like Madiba used to say, to deliver on Gandhi's pledge, namely to be the change you want to see in the world. Towards achieving one's dreams, this is one of 9 mantras I want to share with you today. Be the change you want to see in the world, said Mahatma Gandhi. There's huge opportunity in South Africa for clinicians to develop and drive systems aimed at reducing healthcare costs and improving the quality of clinical outcomes, so as to achieve a healthcare system in this country that's accessible, affordable, and that produces excellent clinical care. I believe that graduates from this faculty will continue to be leaders in the magnitude of clinical and administrative fields of medicine that's available. I certainly am passionate about South Africa. I'm passionate about healthcare and about being part of a healthcare system, but that could be better than it currently is. So how does one build your own story from the academic education to the practical career level in continuous pursuit of intellectual stimulation and in making a sustainable and meaningful contribution with your life? If you want to live a happy life tied to a goal, not to people and not to objects, and be passionately curious, said Albert Einstein. Also said Peter Pan, blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventure. Hence my mantra number 2, be passionately curious. I believe that life in its entirety is an education, and that no education is ever wasted. Being versatile in activities and achievements was to me always as important as academic achievement. As if the different components making up my 24-hour life segmented itself in its own entitled places of prioritization. Mantra 3 is by Vincent van Gogh. It is good to love many things, for therein lies the true strength. And whosoever loves and performs much can accomplish much, and what is done in love is well done. After I've graduated, like you guys here today, in 2004 from the University of the Free State, I left Bloemfontein to do my internship and my community service in Pietermaritzburg Doctors Complex in KwaZulu-Natal. Like lots of you are going to embark on your personal internships and your community service years immediately at the beginning of next year. I then arrived at the end of my community service without definitive plans ahead. I knew exactly what I wanted to be, but I did not know how to get there. I have now successfully managed to become a clinical doctor who wanted to do an MBA and who wanted to become Minister of Health. And as per Coco Chanel, in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. So that is my 4th mantra. The best way I discovered to gain operational experience in the field that I wanted to be a leader in was to immerse myself in a clinical specialty. So I started my career as an emergency doctor in 2007. In Netcare 911, I worked as pre-hospital and flight doctor from June 2007, and I focused on the developing of both my leadership and my clinical skills. I was hugely privileged to be appointed as medical director of 911 in March 2010, just before the Soccer World Cup. This had a huge impact on disaster management and planning in South Africa and was a great learning opportunity for me. And I was fortunate to play a role in the national emergency medicine industry and became more and more passionate about contributing to a system which was bigger than individual patient contact. So my 5th mantra is about resilience, about patience, and about the ability to sit with uncertainty. I quote Clem Santo, who once said, "Life rarely confronts you with life-changing experiences. The transformation of prospects is the result of many small steps taken one at a time, with little knowledge of what the next step would be." And also Trevor Manuel, who once said to me, "Forget about the results, watch the ball and play the game." When I was ready for the next step towards my dream, and very timelessly and opportune, life proposed another opportunity. And all of a sudden, I found myself in the proper and hardcore corporate world. I'm still with Netcare, almost 10 years since that first day that I put on the Navy flight suit. And I now have the privilege to contribute substantially to the strategy of the company, and most importantly, to our motto, which reads, "You are in safe hands." I continue my contribution to clinical medicine, in emergency medicine by lecturing and by examining for the College of Medicine. And up until recently, I was just like you guys here today, a student when I studied toward my MBA at Gibbs, which is the business school in the University of Pretoria. My 6th mantra is again in the words of Nelson Mandela, "A good heart and a good head are always a formidable combination." So my recent MBA journey, the combination of the intellectual stimulation and the people that I got to interact with, inspired me to discern again what I set out to accomplish. That I want to obtain the knowledge and skill to contribute to a rework of a failing healthcare system. And it's amazing how passion and courage leads us to find strength. I bet you can identify with me, your exam's just behind you. And I pray to God that all of you and I will have the intellectual ability and the physical strength to complete our journeys and our pursuit of our unique dreams. Again, Nelson Mandela said that it always seems impossible until it's done, so we must never give up. Mantra 7. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life that we led, said Madiba. So thinking of what I wanted to share with you today was an insightful introspective journey of analysis and reflection and understanding, and definitely a reawakening of my own passion. I often refer to medicine as a healing art, and find inspiration in an urban legend quote by an unidentified paramedic, which reads, "Every day and with every patient I do my best to paint a masterpiece. I use my knowledge as paint, my hands as a brush, and the patient is my canvas. I'm an artist. I want to make sure that my next patient is a masterpiece through the art of healing." So I've shared some mantras on being change agents in the world, on inspiration, on curiosity, and on passion. And I want to implore on you the power of choice, the realization that the future is really in your hands. So be grounded, be passionately curious. Said William Hannon, "The day will be what you make of it, so rise like the sun and burn." I share my pre-final mantra. The most important decision you will ever make is to be in a good mood, and that was by Voltaire. So in addition to what Prof. Peterson said earlier, smile, celebrate, enjoy this joyous day. Congratulations on your remarkable achievements, and tap dance into your future, the way the dollar billionaire Warren Buffett does to work every morning. It certainly works for him. Robin Williams in Patch Adams said, "You cannot get through a day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do does make a difference. You just have to decide what difference you want to make. The most radical act anyone can commit is to be happy. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world." So here's to trying to leave the world a better place than the one we found. History will be our judge. What is written is up to us. Who we are, who we've been, and what we want to be remembered for. We can choose to shift the responsibility, or we can choose to shift the paradigm. And that is a quote from Bono, which he said in 2004 in the book The End of Poverty, How We Can Make It Happen in Our Lifetimes by Jeffrey Sachs. So I want to close off by talking about the gift of time. We often hear that we can do nothing about the past. It doesn't help to worry about the future, and that all we have is this present moment. So we are all given the gift of time. In his book, Time, A User's Guide, the author Stephen Klein says that the film of our lives originates in our heads, and we are the directors, because the so-called sense of time is one of the most malleable functions of the brain. Nature has programmed our minds to register the passage of minutes and hours, but how we do so is up to us. Henry David Thoreau said that the price of everything in life is the amount of time you exchange for it. And then I want to end with a quote from Gandalf the Grey, the wizard from J.R.R. Tolkien's books. All we have to decide now is what to do with the time given to us. Congratulations, enjoy your celebration, and spend your time well. Thank you very much.